Hey, good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to Sunday Afternoon Rotor Talk Live on Saturday afternoon. First of all, I want to thank everybody for bearing with me here. I have some plans on Sunday, and they are involving the channel. And I definitely wanted to carry through those plans. And you'll see once there will definitely be results from that. Apologize for the short notice, but we're doing this today, and we got a number of things to discuss. Let me do a little bit of housekeeping. I hope everybody had a chance to watch my live stream today from the Mavic Pro. I love being able to do that. That is just absolutely fun here. I just absolutely have a blast. Graham Woodcock, 7 o'clock there. Well, welcome this afternoon. Thank you for showing up today. Appreciate that. Yeah, that's always fun being able to do that. And I've done a number of them before. And one of the things I can say with that, Floyd Moats, welcome. A7WD, welcome. Yeah, thank you. It's not real painful. It's just, if it gets out of position, it causes problems. It's kind of loose in there, but it's still held by the root. And I got to wait till Thursday to get it taken up. Engine 22, Jeremiah, Drone Shots, welcome. So yeah, I left the doctor, my doctor's appointment. I go out there, sweet tarts. Okay. I don't do a lot of candy, but I do sweet tarts, and I put one in my mouth, and then boom. I mean, it was just like right away. And I was like, oh, of course, my dentist is off on Fridays. The oral surgeon is off on Fridays. And yeah, Peter, welcome. 4 a.m. Oh my gosh. Wonderful dedication. Appreciate your showing up today. I want to thank everybody again for showing up on such a short notice. It is, and let me tell you, after I came in from that flight, Eric, yeah, thank you very much, Eric. Appreciate that. Ken, how bad are the mosquitoes? Ken, they are actually pretty bad, especially at night. We have a hot tub out there. Hey, Lon, welcome. And what we're going to have to do is get it enclosed because it's just brutal. You know, we love our hot tub, but you can't go out there and enjoy it because of the mosquitoes. And I mean, we use you can use some mosquito repellent and everything, but still, it's just a real pain in the butt. So yeah, because of that light, yeah, they just at night they're really bad out there. We do have a yellow light on the back porch. It seems to help as well too, and we don't turn the spotlights on, and that seems to help as well too when we go out to the hot tub. So, but yeah, I love being able to fly out there. That's just an absolute. You know, it's picture perfect back there. It's a man-made lake, but it's kind of a playground because there's never any boats on it. Somebody actually owns the lake. The owner of the lake is the only one who could have an engine on it, and she just will put small power craft out there. So that's the limit. That's the limit to that. So. But yeah, for this tooth, I got to wait till Wednesday. I have a consult, and Thursday I have the hopefully get it out. So, oh, what a pain in the butt. And let me tell you this: I've had this done 4 times since I've been in Florida already. This is number 5, and I use twilight sleep. Yeah, I will. I am a grade A wuss when it comes to getting your teeth out. And you know what's funny? My oral surgeon, he said, you know what? I'm the same way. And he's a great guy. This oral surgeon. Anybody lives in the Tampa area and you need an oral surgeon, email me. I'll tell you the best one, hands down. Absolutely, hands down. Well, thank you guys for watching that live stream this morning. I had a blast doing that. Came back in, I was soaked. I mean, it's like 88% humidity. And as I said, you got to do those in the morning. You can't really do those in the afternoon. Have you been to the Hard Rock Casino in Tampa? No, I have not, Eric. I live kind of like on the south side. Steve Carpenter, welcome. Get your first cup of coffee first. Thomas, no, welcome. Thank you for joining. No, it's just unbelievably brutal on days like today. It's really good. It's a safe altitude fly over the lake. Ken, that's an excellent question. Thank you for asking that. I usually 100 to 150 feet is what I do. Now I've gotten pretty brave, and I had it in sport mode, and I was about 30 to 40 feet off the lake, but I mean, I was zipping by. So, and I don't know if it disables the sensors in sport mode. So I got dental work done on my 5-year-old. It's just $1,000 fee. Jeremiah, yeah, it's expensive considering I've maxed my dental and I'm going to have to pay out of pocket for that. So, Lon, you probably used, my wife's cousin used a pair of pliers once. So, Dwayne, welcome. Thank you. First time watching the show. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. Now, this is kind of out of the norm doing this here on a Saturday. So, excuse me here. It is just brutal. I've got a couple of things I want to talk about today, and guess what? The first thing, we're not talking about the Mavic Pro 2. How about that? One of the things that I'm gonna probably have him on a show if he can swing at night. I'm not sure. He lives out in California. Mavic 2 fun. He used to be a professional videographer, photographer for a major sports network, or a major network and covering sports. He has a helicopter pilot's license. He's a wealth of knowledge. He knows so much about videography and cinematography. He's been into forming his own business right now with that and learning to fly drones, believe it or not. And he said it's difficult. When you're not using the automatic modes, he said it is very, very difficult. I just absolutely, like I said, absolutely fantastic. Well, one of the things that he had suggested I talk about, and there's a conference. Yes, Eric, I am going to do that, and that should be out Monday or Tuesday this week. And my wife's going to help me compile that and put that into an Excel spreadsheet. She's the Excel spreadsheet queen. So that will definitely be fantastic as far as that's concerned. Let me go ahead, and I'm going to put this up here, and bear with me here for a second. Now, we all hear about NAB 2018. We all hear about CES 2018, and the DJI events. But a lot of times there are other events that come out that we don't hear about, that don't gain as much popularity, but yet are still something to be reckoned with in the drone community. Hang on here just a second. And I'm going to go ahead and get that up on the screen. Okay, and it's called InterDrone, all right? Now, InterDrone is the largest commercial drone event in North America. It's being held in Vegas from September 5th to September the 7th this year. And here's what topics that they cover: precision agriculture, construction aggregates and mining, inspection, business, development and hardware, cinema and photo, public safety, surveying, mapping. Anything that's under the spectrum of being, commercial use for a drone is being covered here. And one of the things, one of the things I would highly recommend, if you have the opportunity and means to do it, if you are, looking, it may be too late this year. I don't know if you have plans or funds to be able to do it, but to be able to go to something like this, for instance, I know a lot of us are aspiring to be professionals. I have a Part 107, and a lot of people are, aspiring to go ahead and get to do cinema and videography with their drones. So one of the things, this would be excellent to help you get started. And I know my friend who I've been talking about, who used to work for a major network, he's going for this fact, and he's going to learn. And you learn from these other areas that you see up here. But the cinema and photography, I mean, if you are looking to get into real estate, if you are looking to get into any type of use of, if you wanted to do, say, weddings, or if you wanted to work for, say, a chamber of commerce or things like that, or freelance, this would be invaluable. And they have a lot of exhibitors there. DJI, of course, is going to be there. They're going to have over 150 of them. And there's a video down here that's hooked up with it. And I'm going to go ahead. I'll put the URL in the description. I'm sorry. I'll put the URL in the description for you guys to get a look at it. But I wanted to spend a few minutes to talk about that because, this is something that I think will be fantastic if you are having any aspirations of getting your commercial 107, oh, Todd Henderson, great, that's fantastic. Looks like early mid-September. We're going to talk about the Mavic 2 in a little bit here, guys. I just wanted to kind of bring this out and bring this up because not a lot of people talk about it. It's not the hot topic. The hot topic, of course, we'll talk about that here in a minute. But, you know, people want to talk about drone releases, and they're fantastic, and I do too. But you know, being able to use this drone beyond being a hobbyist, you know, and I know a lot of us who are part 107 / hobbyists / you know, almost borderline commercial use. You know, I think it's fantastic if you decide to go ahead and you want to use your part 107 for commercial purposes, that you would go to an event like this. I think that's fantastic. Todd, please let me know what you think of the event afterwards. If you could email me at BillTheDroneReviewer@gmail.com. I'm interested for some feedback, and I'm possibly looking at thinking about going to something like this next year, because you know that's a great way also to network with a lot of these people out there. You know, not only do you learn, oh, Steve, that's good. That's excellent. You know, now I know of a few people that are going, and I'm hoping. Jim, welcome. Thank you for joining. Yeah, drone shots. I'm going to look at that, and then we'll probably talk about that on Tuesday night. I just didn't have time today to take a good look at that. Just I want to make sure I acknowledge you on that. Yeah, I did. Thank you, drone shots. I appreciate that. We'll look at that Tuesday night after I get a good chance to look at that video again. But what I wanted to say here is, you know, I really think that this is a great opportunity for you if you have any aspirations in getting into the commercial space whatsoever. And you can see there are a wealth of opportunities to be able to do this. There's agriculture, there's, you know, utility inspections, there's, you know, working for different cities, working for law enforcement, you know, just a whole host of things to be able to do that. My tooth is being a little funky right now, so pardon me if I talk funny. I don't mean to do that. It's just because of that going on there. But yeah, this is I wanted to make sure you guys knew about this and are aware of that. And from those of you that are going, you know, Todd said he's going. Steve, you said you have a friend who's going to this. I think it's going to be fantastic. I think we'll be able to learn a lot from this. So definitely keep us posted. Any of you guys find anything out about that? I'm really, really excited to find out how this all goes. And I'm excited to have my friend on. Probably, you know, we'll try to get him on a Tuesday night if he's available. I know he lives out in California, so it ends up being 5 o'clock his time. Thank you, Steve. I appreciate that. And thank you guys again for showing up on a Saturday. I know it was kind of like last minute. Normally we do these on a Sunday, but there are plans involving the channel tomorrow afternoon, which you will see the fruits of. So, and I want to thank, tooth again. I want to thank everybody for you're answering that survey. That's fantastic. And I do promise to get those results out probably Monday or Tuesday. And I'll probably do a quick video on that just to kind of give everybody an update. Now to talk about the Mavic 2. And, you know, what's to say that we haven't said? Hang on a second. It's really, you know, we've said an awful lot regarding that. And I think, excuse me, I think right now it's just like we're waiting. I know Original Jobo, Ken Dono, put out a great video the other day called No Compromise. And, you know, he led it with a comment, you know, just take my money. And I replied with the same kind of comment, just take my money at this point. I mean, that's where we're at. You know, I had a question posed to me today. Do I think that the trade tariffs are going to have an impact with DJI and what they're selling? And to be honest, I don't know. I don't know enough about it. I did do some investigating into it. I didn't see a whole lot out there regarding this. And I think, yeah, everyone is hashing the same news with the two A7W. Yeah, there's really nothing out there. I mean, you know, there's nothing significant or concrete. And, you know, it's kind of like this holding pattern. And for me personally, I'm hoping that yes, Steve, I agree. I'm hoping that they have some kind of announcement about the event. Just, you know, tell us when the date is so those of us who are planning on traveling to it can make travel arrangements. I mean, you know, I talked to Hey Kestelu, or Hey Kestelu sent me an email, and he figures it'll be about 3 weeks from, you know, if they come out with an email and say we're going to hold the event, and it'll be in 3 weeks. One of the other things that I wanted to mention about this, and I've heard a few people say this, and I don't think that this is a possibility, but that DJI will save themselves a lot of pain, headache, and hassle by doing a soft release, just having it over the internet, maybe a few press people there, maybe nobody there, and just releasing it. But to be honest, you know, I heard that. You know, I don't think that's something DJI would do. DJI wants to get the press out about this. What other features think we'll have we not seen, Robo? You know, I don't know. You know, and, you know, the naming, you know, I put out a question on the survey. What do you think the actual names of them will be? Because, you know, we saw names leaked from the Argos catalog, and we've seen other names. And, you know, is it Mavic 2? Is it Mavic Pro 2? Is it Mavic 2 Pro? Is it Mavic 2 Enterprise Pro? You know, who knows what these naming conventions are going to be. Just really, we just don't know. Ken, I'm wondering what enhanced with the controller. You know, that's a good question, Ken. You know, I think the controller, personally, I think DJI is going to keep it the same size, and I think it will have some type of a color screen. I don't think it's going to be like the Autel Evo, and I know others, I think they'll agree with me. Yeah, Steven, yeah, that's a good question. Yeah, I think they may go from a monochrome to a color as far as the controller is concerned. But the telemetry data that's on there is incredible. And I know I've heard others, including Billy Kyle, say, you know, I wish they would have something like that on the Phantom. You know, the Phantom doesn't have that telemetry data that we have on the Mavic Pro. And that's one of the things I really like about the Mavic Pro, is having that telemetry data, because if for some reason, you know, your app crashes, or maybe in my instance, which was a very real occurrence, I had my iPad Mini 4 get too hot and shut down on me. Thankfully, the Mavic Pro was already returning to home. Otherwise, my hand was on the return to home button the whole time while it was shutting down. So I was very happy about that. You know, we're at the time we need an announcement from DJI. The names will be the one leaked in the catalog. DJI gave Argos the info to go to print, so why would they change the name now, Thomas? You're right, you know, but who knows? You know, it's like with DJI. Who knows? You know, I think you're right, Thomas. I think what we've seen in the catalog is probably what we're going to see when it comes out. You know, DJI gave us some marketing language regarding the Argos catalog, which I found to be very interesting. But I'm really looking forward to it. Looking forward to the event. And also, I wanted to talk to you guys a little bit about the event as well itself. Plan on, you know, plan on watching the channel, because I'm going to try, as soon as the event is over, as long as they have some bandwidth, to try to get out maybe, you know, at least a 2 or 3 minute live stream, and to get as close to the product as possible, so you guys can see it and get one of the first views of it. And Valerie and I are both going to be there, and both of us are going to have our cameras rolling. And, you know, part of the things that we're going to be doing, we're going to be I want to be able to talk to some people there. I'd love to talk to some other drone reviewers who I know will be there, and be able to meet for the first time. Eric, no, I'm only going to be picking up the Pro version. The spirit is willing, but the wallet is weak in this instance, let me tell you. And one of the things that I do, this is just me, this is personally me, I like to pay for things with cash. I don't like to use credit. I think, I don't like overextending myself. I'm at the point in my life, I'm closer to retirement, and I'm getting closer to retirement with each day. I still have a few years left, but I want to be able to retire very comfortably and, not have to worry about things. And that's why I'm focused on trying to pay for things with cash. Lon, I heard what everyone says, DJI didn't cause the situation. They've never announced a new drone, so they aren't obligated to do anything, in my opinion. That's true. I mean, they really haven't said it. all the information, the communication has not been through official DJI. It's been through, hey, Kesterlu, who I trust completely, and who has great sources with DJI. But, you know, at this point, you know, it's been, you know, until that Argos catalog came out and that other picture, you know, we haven't seen or heard anything. And now it's kind of like been a week, and it's just been very dry. There's been absolutely, positively nothing about this. Do Mavic 2 Zoom will have the same sensor as the Mavic Pro JBBs? No, I don't. I don't think it'll have the same sensor. I think they'll be different sensors. You know, one of the things that you got to say about DJI is they know how to market a product. And, you know, say what you will about the event, the postponement of the event, it's a production issue, you know, whatever the reason is, they know how to run marketing. They do a great job with that. I think it's fantastic. Yeah, Lon Denner, you're right, Thomas. Yes, thank you for that. I agree. You know, YouTube announced a new Mavic Pro. You know, we're all waiting at this point, and we're waiting for DJI. I think the big thing is, you know, just don't jump off the bridge, you know, and don't, you know, at this point. And one of the things I've been trying to advise people, and I get a lot of emails every day from subscribers and viewers, and thank you guys for that. I appreciate that. One of the things that I wanted to say regarding that is wait until they make an announcement before you sell a drone. If you're having to sell a drone before the event. And I know that's one of the questions that was in the survey. Are you going to sell, do you have to sell your drone before you get a Mavic Pro 2 or Mavic 2? And, you know, that's one of the things that I just absolutely positively recommend. We don't know. We don't know when this is going to be. Hold the official announcement at this point. You're right, Ken, absolutely. Because there's no, you know, there's no use in going out there. Like for me, if I had sold that, I wouldn't be able to fly right now. And I don't want to do that. I mean, I want to be able to go out there like I did today and enjoy, you know, a flight outside and share that with you guys, you know, which is so much fun. You know, it's like a lot of people out there, and I think Ken will agree with me on this, you know, just to go out and fly, not even for the purposes of doing a video on YouTube, just to get out there and fly. It's just like this, you know, therapy, if you will. And, you know, and I know my friend Bill Thomas would agree with me. It is drone therapy. There's something about it. There's something that feels good about just getting out there and, you know, just shut up and fly kind of thing. Just getting it out there. I mean, seriously, that's why it's just, you know, it's fun. It's enjoyable. And I think that's the thing. That's the thing we always, you know, that's the thing we all look forward to do is the enjoyment out of this. And I think, you know, this drone has been hyped probably more than any other drone since they've invented quads, okay? You know, I know people probably said that about the original Mavic Pro. Well, you know, this is being hyped even more. And, you know, it's all part of their plan. I mean, that's really what it is. What do you think the Mavic Pro will drop to after the Mavic 2 comes out? $799 or $699? It very well could, Ken. You know, I would not put it past them. And quite frankly, I mean, I can't really find a fault with that drone, Ken Ingram. I really can't. It's such a good drone. I mean, it does everything well. I mean, the only thing, and I think I've mentioned it before, the gimbal is fragile up front, and if you don't land right, you know, you could cause damage to that. But, you know, I think it's great. I mean, you know, the pictures, the video on it. I mean, you know, I didn't use a filter on it, and I've got some incredible video from that, just, you know, unfiltered, you know, no post-processing on it. I'll put it out there, and it just comes out fantastic. And that's one of the things about this drone. It's just, there's so much in this package, just the way it is right now. And to think that DJI is going to up the ante on this is going to be fantastic. More like while we can still fly. Steve Carpenter, you're right. That's another thing. And Steve Carpenter, thank you for bringing that up. That's something else that I wanted to talk about. I had on the agenda today was all the you know, Section 336 and the Part 107 and just, you know, the things that are going on. You know, the two big things that are going on right now. There were issues regarding the ability to, you know, within cities to be able to take off and, you know, to be able to fly inside cities. And and I guess from what I understand, the FAA said, that we as hobbyists can go ahead and fly, but the landing and the taking off can be controlled by the city. So, and I've seen somebody come up with a suggestion. Well, I can just open up the back bed of my pickup truck and put my landing net out there, and it's landing on my property, not on city property. And that's a point. That's one of the things that's coming up. The other thing that they were talking about is airspace. And Steve Carpenter's been staying on top of the situation, and he's been posting some great information out there. And everybody, give guys Steve a big thank you for that. If you look on any of the group pages, he's posted a lot of information regarding this and regarding the big thing here, and it just boils down. The new tort laws coming in, trying to put a 200-foot height limit. And that's ridiculous, Steve. I agree. Thank you for bringing this up and getting us to notice this. I think this is something that's real important because we can talk about the new Mavics and the new Parrots and the new Autels and new drones, new Typhoons, to the cows come home. But if we don't have the ability to be able to fly freely, then it's like our hands are tied, and none of us want that. So I think it's fantastic. I think it's something that you need to pay attention to. And like I had mentioned before, it's all boiling down to money. You're right, Ken. It really is, because companies, and that's a good point. Thanks, Original Devil, for bringing that up. Because companies like Amazon and UPS, they are itching to get into the commercial drone field, and they are putting a lot of pressure on Congress right now. And they have a lot of influence because they have a lot of money, and it's something, like I said before, and I think I mentioned it probably in one of my live streams. Contact your elected representatives regarding this. If that's the best thing to do. Is a lot of emails are good, but calling their offices, I think, are even better. Amazon, UPS, and others trying to grab the airspace. They're right, Steve, and and that's something we need to be on the lookout for, because you know what, me being able to go up and do what I did this morning, we won't be able to do stuff like that. It'll be like you have to file a flight plan just to fly behind your property, and with a 200-foot height limit. That's just insane. Todd Fox, welcome. We're talking about Section 336, Part 107, ability to fly. And companies like Amazon and UPS and so forth trying to come in and regulate the airspace for the rest of us. And we need to have a voice about this. White Bill, will those companies have to somehow go around those airspace? Well, Zachary, it needs to be worked out. The FAA, I think, needs to get off their butt and work something out so it's accommodating for everybody. And companies like Amazon will need to have specific flight plans, and it's going to make the national airspace a mess. It's going to make it a mess. And my hoping is, I don't know what's going to end up, but we need to. Do you think Autel or Parrot would be forced to add geofencing? Ken Ingram, yeah, that could be very possible. I mean, if the FAA does it and it becomes law, then yeah, they'd probably have to do that. But we're looking into maybe dedicated routes for UPS or Amazon, and minimum height 200 foot above a residence or other property. Okay, Steve Carpenter, thank you for clarifying that. Yeah, Ross Peterson, you're right. Call your representative, call your congressman, call your senator's office, and express your concerns about that. Because believe it or not, when you call in, it does get registered, it does get noted, and tell them, you are, if you're a Part 107, tell them you're a Part 107. If you're a hobbyist, tell them you're a hobbyist, and you're concerned about the airspace, and you're concerned about being able to fly your drone. These are all very valid concerns. The tort law got stopped. Watch Drone U. Okay, Ross Peterson, thank you. That's great information. And one of the things that I highly recommend is joining the Academy of Model Aeronautics. They are probably our greatest lobbyist for this with Congress. It's $75 to join them. You get a host of benefits. I know they have a field, actually, when you join them, it's $75 a year. And one of the benefits is you can be able to join clubs in your local area. And I know I have one away from me. Tim, welcome, South Carolina. Benito, welcome. You might have to come to the Caribbean to fly. That's why I like it here. Not that Juicy Drones, you're probably right. We'll probably have to go down there and join you to fly our drones. And I hope it doesn't come to that case. I really don't. You know, and we saw what the idiot did. You know, I know Droning On put out a couple of excellent videos about, you know, it's really been confirmed that that was a real thing with watching that A380 Airbus taking off from a drone. That's insane. You know, it's going to be people like that that are going to ruin it for everybody else. It really is. You know, I just at this point, you know, I'm just hoping that they do clamp down on things like this. That they do make a statement and say, no, we're done. We're not gonna put up with that kind of stuff. And that's something I agree. But you do need to, you know, again, you know, join an organization like the AMA and ask them, you know, if for advice on what to do. You know, the best thing that I suggest is contacting your representative, and they may have petitions. I know they redid their website. It's fantastic. Drone shots. My license plate said "Drone You." I like that. That's a good thing. We're going to be wrapping it up here in a couple of minutes here. You know, my tooth is just, it's really wonky. It's like it'll act up every now and then, and it's like kicking my butt. So we're going to kind of wrap things up here, but want to make sure, you know, in closing, that, you know, we talked about InterDrone 2018, and hopefully you guys get a chance to see some videos from that. And if you have a chance to, not this year, but maybe next year, if you get a chance to go out there and be able to enjoy something like this, I'm seriously looking into it. I think it would be very valuable. And I think it would be valuable too, because, you know, being on YouTube and being able to do this, to have a knowledge of this and to be able to talk about it, you know, and I know those topics like, you know, precision agriculture, you know, utilities inspection and so forth, you know, they aren't the hot topics like the Mavic Pro 2, but you know what? They are making people a lot of money, and commercial drone pilots actually do make quite a bit of money. And I do know the Florida Drone Supply, they do train down there for line inspections, and they're probably going to run other programs. So if you're interested in that, definitely check them out. I actually had one of my subscribers contacted Janelle's husband, who does the training down there, and they do a fantastic job. Got him hooked up. So yeah, they do a fantastic thing. And of course, we talked about the Mavic 2, and really, there's nothing that's really going on. And like Original Dobo said, let's just, you know, let's get our money. Okay, let's get our money together. I mean, we're at that point, and you know, tell us when. Okay, we're ready. Just tell us when, because there's gonna be a lot of us. You know, I know, like Original Dobo, like Ken, myself. You know, Billy doesn't have to travel too far because he lives in Philadelphia. I know Kelly from Ready Set Drone, he's going to have to travel. You know, there's going to be a lot of us that are going to have to travel up there. So let's get this information out to help us with our travel arrangements, for one thing. You know, and the last thing, you know, we ended up talking about was the new regulations regarding drones, and, you know, being able to land and take off within city limits. And also, you know, trying to regulate this for commercial airspace. Yeah. I don't know. They do want to try to stop it all. And, you know, we need to voice up. We need, like I said, look up your local or your congressman, look up your senator's office, give them calls and let them know. And also, you know, I highly recommend joining the Academy of Model Aeronautics. They're a fantastic organization. Want to thank everybody for joining on the spot today. I can't thank you guys enough, everybody, for showing up. Yeah, longer times and more money to save for it. You know, I can't argue with that. It's, you know, as each day goes by, I'm saving a little more towards it. So what can I say? I mean, that's just absolutely fantastic. Thank you guys for showing up. Going to have the results from the survey coming out early this week, so make sure you guys check that out. Going to be doing some things for the channel tomorrow. So and should have that come out early next week too. I think you guys will enjoy it. That's why we had this on Saturday. We may do a Saturday again, but I want to thank everybody for being flexible with me and being able to switch it. Hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day. I'm going to stay in the air conditioning the rest of the day here in hot and humid Florida. Steve Carpenter, thank you for moderating today. Appreciate all your hard work. And everybody who shows up today, thank you again. Benito, thank you again. And for all you guys who make the effort at odd hours to be able to be a part of the broadcast, thank you so much again. You know, Sale, thank you again for showing up today. Hope you guys have a great rest of your day, and we will see you, and we'll have Tuesday Night Rotor Talk Live coming up. So we'll see you on Tuesday. Happy flying, guys.